Welcome to this workshop on the bPortfolio setup and design checklist. In this workshop, we're going to go through the checklist for the Residency Teacher Certification Program and make sure that your portfolio is set up properly. So if you look in the handbook that you should be able to find on the School of Education website, you will see on page 88 of that handbook a checklist that will be used to make sure that your portfolio is set up correctly sometime after the first quarter that you use that portfolio. And by doing this, hopefully we'll ensure that you have it set up correctly from the beginning, and then from there on out you can begin to add evidence to it. This is not the workshop where we're going to explain the purpose of the portfolio or provide really significant tips on how to add content, but we will go through each of the criteria on the checklist to make sure that you have it set up. My name is David Wicks, and if you have any questions about this, feel free to contact me. My email address is dwicks@spu.edu. So let's look at the list. If we go through it, I'm just going to quickly give you an overview, and then we'll look at each piece separately. The first criteria is an About Me page, and so you're going to set up a page where you'll talk about yourself, and we'll go into the details on that. The second is an About the Portfolio page. This is where you'll be talking about the purpose of the portfolio. Then you'll have pages for each of the standards in your portfolio. So there are 4 standards, so you'll create 4 pages. And these are places where you're going to actually be creating, in the end of your program, you'll be creating essays for your portfolio. And so each page, each of the standards, you'll be writing a separate essay for that standard. Then there is a tag criteria that as you're creating your blog, you'll be tagging the posts that you create, and so we'll talk about the requirements for that. There is a category, if you look at the current handbook, that's on mechanics. And I'm just going to briefly mention it now because I won't come back to this later, but it includes spelling, grammar, and APA formats for citation. It's been decided that this will not be assessed during the review of your portfolio, that this is something that will happen as you're working through your program, and it's something obviously you want to keep to make sure that you have appropriate citations, grammar, and spelling, but it will not be part of the assessment that's done for the checklist. There are a few things at the bottom of the page, separate criteria, and we'll go through and make sure that you understand each of these as we go through this workshop.